We're at, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Buccaneers Daily. The pads are on, and Kyle Trask has quote-unquote come on strong amid Bucs quarterback battle with Baker Mayfield. Now, I do want to say this. Jeremy Fowler from ESPN said that Baker Mayfield has held much of the momentum, but Trask has come on strong in recent days. Yesterday, in specific, on July 31st, we saw great improvements from Kyle Trask. We saw improved mobility, right? We saw a lot of zip on the football, which was great to see. So not only has Kyle Trask improved from last year physically, but also just the mental battle. And we all know, competition brings out the best of everybody, but reportedly it is still Baker Mayfield's job to lose. So with that being said, they're in no rush, and me as a fan, I'm in no rush to declare who I think should be starter either. The games to watch are preseason, right? We got to take everything in training camp with a grain of salt. Like I said, pads just came on just a couple of days ago, but first preseason game in about 10 or so days. Only 3 preseason games, that new rule. But before we get into today's video, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily Buccaneers content. Guys, let's try and get 250 likes on today's video because I'm trying to hit 5,000 subs by the start of the regular season. Camp news outside of the quarterback battle, reports are suggesting that Buccaneers rookie Kalijah Cansey should be ready by week 1, and the calf injury was quote-unquote not significant. So this is a huge sigh of relief. This injury happened 2 days ago on Sunday. Anytime a player gets carted off of the field, it's just, you have to hold your breath there. We saw it with Joe Burrow earlier last week, seeing the reports when your player, especially a rookie, any player on your roster, but especially your first-round draft pick, getting carted off the field just a couple of days into training camp is the last thing you want to hear. But thankfully, sources are saying that it should be just a few weeks. Cansey expected to be a starter. I think he's an absolute stud. Remember watching him last year at Pittsburgh, and he is just a beast. He's a beast. And also, outside of just physicality-wise, that he should be good to go by week 1. We talked a little bit about it in our last video. A lot of eye-popping plays, reportedly. So Bowles was saying he's putting it together quicker than normal rookies do. Hopefully it's not that bad and he can get back. And thankfully that was the case. It isn't that bad. I will probably make an injury video on that, in the next couple of days. But the quarterback battle is really the battle to watch. There are some other stuff, both sides of the ball, some interesting battles, but the main one, because the quarterback is the most important position in football, this is the one that everybody is looking at, right? Looking into. Now, it's weird. I've been flip-flopping back and forth, and I think just the overall theme for, as far as my opinion goes, I am fine with either. I think Baker Mayfield has something to prove. I think he has a chip on his shoulder, as he kind of always has. But he plays with that swagger. He's got that charisma that I really like. But I think, a couple of years in the league, being the former first-round pick, getting kind of tossed around, I think it has humbled him. And we know he can play football. We know it. And we take a look at Carolina last season. Their offense was horrible. Horrible offense. A season to forget for Carolina. They actually kind of started to figure things out more so towards the end of the season with Sam Darnold, but Baker wasn't that bad. He got a really bad rap for his quick tenure in Carolina, but his final couple of games with Los Angeles proved to me that he can still play. I remember watching that Vegas game. I think that was Thursday Night Football. I remember watching that game, and they came back, and he won the football game. So at the end of the day, and we've been talking about this all summer, the Buccaneers still have such a talented roster, and you still have such a talented defense. Like, you will have a top 10 defense this upcoming season, and you still have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, some cool pieces at tight end, some intriguing offensive linemen, Rachaad White, who's ready to break out into a star now that he's running back 1. At the end of the day, the quarterback doesn't really need to do anything crazy. But with that being said, I do think Kyle Trask has a higher potential. I think he's got a higher ceiling because we've barely seen him. The only time we've really seen him was many months ago in the final week of the season against Atlanta. Mop-up duty, it was 30-17 loss. 3 of 9, just 23 yards. But if we go back, we watched the film at Florida. This dude was a freaking menace, throwing over 40 touchdowns, over 4,000 yards. In the SEC, that is no small task, no small feat. That is extremely impressive. So, you get selected at pick number 64 in the second round, or, the late second round. I think Kyle Trask has legitimate potential. With that being said, he's barely seen an NFL field being behind TB12, aka the GOAT. So I do wish we got, I honestly kind of wish we saw him all of week 17. I don't know why we didn't. But anyways, neither here nor there. Whoever it's going to be, we probably won't know until at the earliest the second week of preseason. But it has me feeling good because, like I said, I know Baker can play. I know Baker, former first-round pick. I remember watching him at college. I know a lot of us have as well, watching him in his quick tenure with the Browns. I want Baker Mayfield to succeed as a quarterback, right? But I know Kyle Trask has something in him. So I've really liked what I've been hearing coming out, that Kyle Trask has been improving in a multitude of different ways, whether that was physically, just kind of overall understanding the game, understanding the new system. He's gotten a lot of positive reviews in the last week, which is great to hear. But like I said, apparently it is still Baker's job to lose, but we have so much more. I know, it's only a month. We're literally 5 or 6 weeks away from the start of the regular season, and it's gonna go by really fast. But we will have an answer sooner rather than later. So it's an exciting time, man. It really is. And as we always say on this channel, even if Baker isn't the guy and they go on with Trask and he's not the guy, or if they start with Trask, he's not the guy, they move on to Baker and he's not the guy, and there's just the quarterback situation in Tampa Bay this upcoming season is non-existent. Worst case scenario, I don't see a world where that's happening because Kyle Trask and Baker Mayfield belong in the NFL, right? But, picture like a Nate Peterman, 17-game season. It's not going to be perfect. Sorry that he just caught a stray here, but you get the point. If you are that bad at the quarterback position and they're both clearly not the guys, well, here's either Caleb Williams or Quinn Ewers or Drake May. Quinn Ewers right now is projected around top 10. I guarantee you he will be selected in the top 6 picks undisputedly. So it's a win-win situation for the Buccaneers, as we know, but I would be shocked if it came to that. There's just no shot with this roster that is the outcome that happens. But, it is hypothetical. So win-win for Tampa Bay this upcoming season. I really don't think the Saints are getting so much hype right now. I don't see the hype. But that's it for today. Hit that like button, hit that sub button. Who's your QB1? Let me know.